learned of that?
I don't recall. I'm not. I don't recall. I'll have to go back down that, sir.
So you didn't inform the Inspector General of that or your superiors that you recollect?
I'm not sure why I would have to notify the superiors. It was in the papers. I don't remember whether we made a referral or I made a referral at that time.
Jay Sekulow is back with me now. So I want to pick up where we left off. The IG, again, testified not that this was not political, but that he had nothing at this point to contradict the IRS's assertions to him, that this was not based on political reasons. So I ask you, Jay,
right,
if this was not, if the targeting of conservatives, repeated targeting over a period of 18-plus months and then it resumed later, so let's call it 2 years, rounded up. If it wasn't for political reasons, what other possible reason could there have been?
None. Of course it has to be political because look who was targeted. You had conservative organizations, Tea Party groups, Patriot groups, conservative Jewish organization Z Street because of their position with regard to Israel, which was contrary to what the president's position was. Could you imagine if this came out, say September of last year before the election, that the IRS had specifically targeted individual conservative organizations and had leaked information to some of those organizations' opponents in courtrooms? That in and of itself is criminal activity. So what you've got here, and I think yeah, I know, but no, he didn't say that it was not leaked. He said he would be outraged.
He'd be shocked.
If it's shocked. Well, I'm a little shocked that they targeted, conservative groups, although after doing these cases for 24 months, nothing shocks me anymore. And the Inspector General is the one that used the word targeting, by the way. So I think the reality is, Megan, this is nothing but politics. But I believe that the Attorney General saying that he's going to look at the criminal aspect of it is fine. But now you've got the FBI investigating the IRS. And in the meantime, let me just say, I still have 10 clients that are waiting for their exemption. And we sent a letter on Monday to the IRS acting commissioner and to the chief counsel's office and to these agents saying, grant the exemptions already. No response. So next week we go to federal court.
This business about, now this was, one congressman, Congressman Brady, talking about what one of his constituents went through. But, you heard him saying, is this still America? When he said that his client applied for tax-exempt status in December of 2010. And then, I'm sorry, in July of 2010, which is just months after this whole thing was born, so it was in full-fledged by July of 2010, that she gets visited by the FBI terrorism unit, 4 FBI inquiries, unscheduled audits by OSHA, ATF 2 times. She'd never been audited before. I mean, now that's his allegation based on what his constituent told him. But Jay, I mean, if that is true, then this goes much deeper and much higher and gets to a much more disturbing level than we know today.
If we got the terrorism unit looking at, potential Tea Party tax-exempt individuals and harassing them or questioning them, but they didn't bother to, follow up on the first Boston bomber when he went over to Dagestan, that tells you something. But I will tell you this, Megan, I've got a case right now where a client challenged the HHS mandate in affordable health care, part of Obamacare. We've got an injunction on it. He was audited 4 years ago or 3 years ago. No changes. Everything was fine. It's a fairly large company. After we got the injunction, surprise, surprise, a new notice of audit. Again, they got audited. So I'm hoping that this is mere coincidence, but at this point, I assume nothing's coincidental. And the fact is, we are learning today of many organizations, conservative organizations, not only that were either slowed up in the process of getting their exemption, but those that already had it were audited and extensively during the same period of time, 2010, 2011, 2012.
Their defense...
Billy Graham, Franklin Graham said that too.
Their defense seems to be, okay, he said in his opening statement, Miller did,